Hey, good evening. I'm Undrai Fizer. Thanks for joining me. I'm not going to be on here long. I just wanted to say this could be the day. This very well could be the day that you discover something that's greater than your fears of losing everything. And most time we don't move in our vision, and most times we don't move in our ideas. And we got to stop putting this label of grand in front of our ideas as though we are competing with other people when it comes to having ideas or significance. Hello, hey Kathy. We have to stop putting labels like grand, like it doesn't have to be big. Stop determining how small or significant vision is. Stop snuffing it down or suppressing it to make it easier. It doesn't have to be big. Stop saying that. Stop saying it doesn't matter how. Stop saying that. Stop suppressing vision and responsibility to make it more chewable. Stop doing that to yourself. Stop saying it might be small or it may not be like this. Well, no one's asking you to compare or compete with other people. So stop doing that. Stop preparing yourself to do little. Stop preparing yourself to do little. Stop fixing it so other people could stop expecting you to do much. Stop making yourself small so you can become easier. I wasn't even thinking about that's not what I wanted to even talk about, but that I guess it slipped out because I guess it's necessary. But stop minimizing your potential to make your life easier. And stop making yourself invisible so people could stop seeing you and thinking you can do something great and putting you to work. Stop making yourself inexpensible or expensible. Stop making yourself like that. Stop making yourself easy to do away with so people won't expect much. You feel me? One day, I think this could be the day. Every day could be the day that you discover that one thing that's greater than your fears of losing everything. And most times we don't move in our ideas or dreams or visions or invitations of spirit because we feel and we fear that we're going to lose everything we have, or we're going to lose something easy or something comfortable. We're going to lose the safety net. And so one day you may discover a passion that is so much greater than your fear of losing. Because until you discover that feeling and that passion and that vision, your fears of losing everything or something or your main thing is going to hinder you from moving into the best thing in your life. So no one can push you into great things if you're still, how is this different from pride or arrogance? All right, how is this different from pride or, okay, how is what different from pride or arrogance? So you got to let me know that. No. You, whenever you have something in your spirit that's drawing you, that thing is greater than what you fear losing. So it's not any pride or arrogance when you follow your own life's invitation into what's great for you. Greatness is not based on what other people see. It's based on what it took to get you out of your own prison. Because what I'm doing, other people may be doing it greater than me. It's not a matter if I'm doing it better. I knew the deficiency that I had in my own life. And sometimes when you know that you are in a great personal deficiency, Wisdom will invite you out by giving you something great to do. Now, it's great according to the deficiency you have in yourself. And when you begin to measure yourself and evaluate yourself to your own fear, you'll begin to see, wow, this is a great thing I'm doing. Because that's what it took to get you out of the great fear you had. And like I said, today could very well be the day that you discover that one thing that's greater than your fears of losing everything. How many of you have found that one thing now that's greater than the fear you had of losing everything? How many of you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. See, that's when you know that you've discovered the vision for you, not the vision to give other people, but the vision that's going to get you out of your own creative excuses. Because every one of us we already know the creative excuses that we say and we speak for ourselves. You know how to keep yourself back than anybody else. When you don't want to do something, you know how to make yourself quit without feeling like you've given up. You know how to say, you know how to make yourself go back without thinking you're retreating. Everyone knows how to give themselves a creative out. I'm quitting, but I don't want to feel that I'm giving up. So I'm going to use wisdom to create a way to retreat without feeling guilty for giving up. Everybody knows. But when you discover something that transcends you above all of your creative fears and creative excuses, I'm going to tell you something. You found a great thing. When you discover things that will make that smarter than how you have outsmarted yourself, when you find something that's smarter than the smartness that you use on you to keep yourself back, you know you found something. Because all of us know how to get smart when we are afraid to go forward but don't want to feel like we quit. So you create this conundrum to make you feel that you're still going forward even though you quit. I think this the word of God, the scriptures say that a lazy man is more genius in his answers than seven. He's more creative in his excuses than 7 men who can give an answer. He's more creative in his ability to retreat and still feel like he's going forward. How many of you done that before? You have actually quit, but you know how to make it seem like you are still moving forward. You know it. So there's going to come a day. There's going to come a day that you're going to discover that one thing that's greater than the fears that you have in losing everything. You're going to discover, that's when you know you have that you've waken up to something. That's when you know you're not just sort of going back and forth and vacillating on truths and things like that. That's when you know I've discovered something that's going to get me out of myself. And when you discover something that's greater than your fears of losing, it begins to create this energy around you, this vibration, this pulling. Some people who are lazy call it pushing, but it's really pulling. You have an energy where you pull people. You pull consciousness out of pits. You're not trying to, but your deficiency was so great till your revelation becomes just as great as your deficiency, and there is this vibration around you that pulls because you're constantly pulling yourself out of potential excuses. And when people are around you, they could feel this pulling as though you're forcing them to make decisions that they're not ready to make, but you're doing nothing of the sort. They're actually feeling an energy that's pulling you, but they feel it's pushing them. See, it's pulling you up, but it's pushing them. When they're not ready to make a decision, they feel pushed into decisions. They feel pushed into decisions and obligations and submissions and accountability. And don't be surprised when people simply leave your life without saying anything. There are some people who won't say nothing. You can say, are you done? They'll never answer you. You can say, have you quit? They'll never answer you. You can say, are you finished? They just won't say nothing. Don't be surprised to people who suddenly leave life and they don't say nothing. And you're asking them, are you done? And they won't say nothing. Are you through? They won't say nothing. They won't tell you nothing. They will disappear. Because that energy is on you and they have never been introduced to it before. They have BS'd in their life so much that when they finally tap and experience an energy of for realness and truthfulness, they become afraid. The scriptures say that about the apostles, that people were really attracted to the apostles, but they were afraid to join them in public. But they watched them. They loved the energy and the vibration of the movement of people who discovered things, but they wouldn't join. They were afraid to really commit to the vibe of it. How many of you know what I'm talking about? I believe a day is coming. It could be the day that you discover something that's greater than your fears of losing everything. That you're going to discover. You're going to discover a vibration of purpose and awakening. And it's going to be greater than your fear of losing everything. The fears you had of stepping out. So once again, I'm not going to hold you long. I know you're at work. Don't minimize yourself so you could be silent. Don't minimize yourself so you can be invisible. I'm not talking. What I'm actually saying is, it's not about someone asks, is this pride or arrogance? No, I'm not saying just walk in the place. I know what I can do. No, what I'm saying is in yourself. Don't minimize what's inviting you so no one could say, come here. Because once you're invited in the spirit, once you're invited in destiny, people are going to see the invite and they're going to say, come here. They're going to hold you accountable to the invitation. There are landmarks in the world. There are people who are registered landmarks in the world that have the eye to know when God's hand is on you. Not to pull you to a pulpit. Let me tell you something. You don't have to be in a church building. You don't have to be in a building to see God's hand on you now. People can see you. They can feel it. You understand what I'm saying? Let me know if you understand, because I had a little disconnection for a minute. Let me know if you still, oh, you with me? Oh, yeah, they'll know it. People are landmarks, and they'll ask you certain questions. They'll say, hey, what's up? They will hold you accountable. You're trying to run away from the experience of being invited to a great place in yourself. And people can see you and say, hey, what's up with you? And you'll think they're pushing you. It's like, no, they're landmarks. They know that you are running from an invitation in yourself. And I don't care. And sometimes that's why we keep crazy people around us, because we're trying to silence and suppress the call to destiny. You understand what I'm saying? So when it comes to yourself, don't try to minimize it. Now, once again, I'm just giving you, just going back. Don't minimize it. It's just something. It don't have to be big. Don't tell yourself that to make it easy. It's big. Whenever you're being drawn out of your familiar self and your familiar comfortability, that's a big thing. Whenever you're being called out of yourself in foolishness and fear, that's a big thing. Whenever you're being called out of your inner laziness and excuse making, that's a great thing. That's a major thing. You understand? So let yourself go and do it. Let yourself flow and do it. You feel me? This could be the day that you discover that one thing that's greater than your fears of losing everything. I'm Undrai Fizer, Facebook Live. Thank you. Let's talk again.